Click the like, hit the bell. Here we go.
Whoop, whoop.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, beat left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
What is going on, everybody? It's another episode of In This Very Ring. No, don't adjust your dial. Welcome to the land of it's way too freaking bright in my house because my lights don't want to work. So we do it in the dark. We use computer lighting and pray to God it doesn't look completely horrible. I am Ritz. This guy, that guy over here is the mayor of Toasty Town himself, the one they call Butters. Butters, how we doing, my man?
I am doing good. I am tired, but I am good.
When are you not tired?
Hey, man, you know what? 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, it's a little rough. But you know what? But I work late tomorrow so I can get some rest. But I'm ready. I'm active. It's time to do a show.
Define late.
Late? I got to go on at 5.
Right before Hell in a Cell. That's amazing.
Most of my my Sundays are usually 9 a.m., but this week, it's since it's 6 days, it's 5 p.m.
Oh, that's so kind of them.
Right?
So kind of them.
It's the greatest thing in the world.
Enough of the niceties, because right here, and in this very ring, we're a little pissed off tonight. I take that back. No. I'm a lot of pissed off tonight. But before we get to why I'm pissed, Body Check Wellness is one of our sponsors here this evening, and they are a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, and gummies and topicals. Use promo code A2D for 20% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy. Check him out on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. He is our doc. Make him yours. 2 locations, Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I might need to call these guys by the time I'm done the show tonight. Counseling Center in Sunrise Detox. Many of us in our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We're happy to support them. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. This, all jokes aside, everything like that, this isn't something to joke around about. Okay? Call them today if you or somebody you know needs help with mental health or addiction issues. Alan Foy at eXp Realty. Give him a call at 302-682-8820 if you're looking to sell or buy a home or for a career change. Maybe you want to get into brokerage. You can also visit him at alan.foy at exprealty.com. Okay. Let's get into our poll question brought to you by Alan Foy at exprealty.com. Roman versus Ray should have been saved for Sunday. Agree, disagree. This is why I'm annoyed. Okay? This right here is why I'm annoyed. Okay? And let me be very, very clear. Normally I let Butter start, but I'm on my high horse today because the lighting not working and this, I'm fired up. Okay? So you sit there and you wait your turn, bearded one.
It's sexy bearded one. Do you get it right?
No, that'll never come out of my mouth. Abso-fuck-lutely not. Okay?
Arsehole.
Douchebag.
Nuts
Now,
McGee.
Shut up. Moving on. Okay? You promote for weeks that you're going to do Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio for the Universal Championship inside Hell in a Cell. At Hell in a Cell. And everything is going great. The storyline is great. Roman yeeting Dominic out of the ring last week was great. Okay? And then I would call it, what? 70 hours removed. No, that's too much. 60 hours before Hell in a Cell. And you want to say, hey, by the way, we're putting it on Smackdown. Why? Neither one of them is hurt. Neither one of them is, going away or anything like that, right? And then when you look at how the match, like to Chrome's point, because Chrome jumps in here and says, I don't necessarily agree with the poll, though I'm kind of indifferent to it. And, cheap plug tomorrow morning in like 12 hours or something like that, not even. It'll be me, it'll be Chrome. We're going to have the one and only, the franchise, Shane Douglas, on a very, very special Father's Day episode of Lazy Booking tomorrow morning. So he's going to bounce out here, get some sleep, get ready for that in the morning. But here's my thing, okay? When you look at how it ended, how that match ends, with what happens with Jimmy, and we're going to get all into it, okay? Why would you not save that image for Sunday, right? This isn't WCW. This isn't 1997. This isn't Hogan Goldberg in the Georgia Dome, and we're doing it because we're a television company that just happens to produce wrestling. No, it's 2021. We are a wrestling company that puts on television, and you decide in whatever infinite wisdom you have to take your most over guy in Roman Reigns, the face of your company, take him off your Sunday show and put him on free TV. And piss off the other network you're on. Because for the first time ever, you do a Hell in a Cell match. Now, the match, great. The outcome, fine. I get it. We all knew Roman was going to win. Okay? But the decision is what has me fired up. The decision to make the move is what has me annoyed. Right? So I think when you look at a big picture of things, I think it should have been saved for Sunday. Because and we're going to go right in once Butters gives his opinion and we break this whole thing down. We're going to go right into Hell in a Cell. What fucking match do you have on the Hell in a Cell card that you're going to say, hey, you know what? That's the match I'm coming to see. Right? Butters, before we get to you, I'm going to get to the comments. I'm nowhere near done.
You're good, partner. You're good, buddy. You're good.
But Brian Wilson from Agree to Disagree, check him out every Sunday. Wrestling Talk. What's up, boys?
What's up?
He is hashtag Team Butters. And that's another thing. I'm going to get into. We're going to come back to that. Ralph says, listen, Undertaker needs to come back. He's probably not wrong. Frank's here to see me angry. Make sure you're checking out Frank and Ralph every Wednesday night on A2D Wednesday night, especially given the fact that the Sixers Game 7 is tomorrow night. I would not be surprised if there's a reaction show. For the love of God, do what you guys did. What was it, last night? 2 nights ago?
Yeah, last night. Last night.
That's right.
Friday night.
I watched it. I'm so mad. I watched it instead of watching SmackDown.
I kept up with both.
Vespi says, hey, yo, sorry to bother you at work. I don't understand the logic behind moving Roman versus Ray. Neither do I. Jake, here's to you, buddy. Edie Zahari, Hell in a Cell. It happened to be Father's Day. Probably Roman wants to take time off Celebrate. Bite me. That's why. Pete Evans from Birds of a Feather, yo fam, he disagrees with the poll. We all knew the outcome. Don't get me wrong, guys. I get it, right?
Hold on. I just want to say something real quick. First off, you said, Roman wants to celebrate Father's Day. Well, what about Kevin? What about Sammy? What about all the other fathers on, that are working Hell in a Cell?
Thank you. Greg
So
Milojevic,
it ain't wanting the need to celebrate Father's Day. Screw that.
Greg Milojevic saying, "What's up, fellas? He can't stay long. Shock, he's not caught up." Butters is the man. Frank says, "I bet this was Vince's idea, but this is also the same guy who fancied the idea of milking a fish."
I don't think it was Vince's idea at all.
Why do we let Frank talk? And Chrome says Bianca versus Bayley in a cell entry. I don't disagree with you. I forgot that's on the card. I'm blinded by a lot of rage right now.
I mean, and that very well could be. They don't want a lot of cell matches on the card. They wanted to add an extra cell match, and that could have been.
It's called Hell in a Cell.
I get that, but it costs money to raise and lower that cell. I'm kidding. Just don't.
I will kill you today.
Let's see how riled we can get him riled up, boys and girls.
I may have a heart attack live on air.
But I'm just saying, all jokes aside, I don't know. I'll let you finish your rant before I go into,
Oh, no, please. This is ongoing.
But oh, my God. You give away free action, free pay-per-view on live TV. Like, I get it. Your ratings are down, so maybe this is a way to, up the ratings. Maybe Fox is on your ass, so you're like, hey, I'll throw Hell in a Cell on TV, see if we can get the ratings up. But what are you going to do for the weeks after? How are you going to get those ratings up? How are you going to keep them up? Don't tell me this is just to say, hey, the ratings are up, because, yes, the ratings did go up a little bit, not by much. For all those that keep track of ratings, that want to keep track of ratings, but, I get it, the executives, that's all they're about. But, at the end of the day, why give away something for free? That's what we have Peacock for. Make them pay.
It's all right. So
it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match.
It was such a good match.
That's another thing is, are you afraid that it's going to get shown up by some of the other matches on the card?
Absolutely not. I want them. And to Chrome's point, Bianca Bayley, even though I can't stand Bayley's laugh. Oh, God. It's so horrendous. It's one of the most cringy things on TV.
Don't be talking about my girl like that.
I'll do what I want when I want, bitch. But the Bayley-Bianca thing, I enjoy it a lot. But Hell in a Cell is just... It seems like we do this every year with this fucking pay-per-view.
What, shitty pay-per-view?
It is such a dumpster fire of a pay-per-view. It's such a...
It's always last minute this, last minute that. It
really is. It feels so...
What was it?
Here you go. Oh, yeah, right here. I hate this pay-per-view more than any other. Hell in a Cell matches were meant to be a way to end blood feuds after all other options were exhausted. They were rare, and they were special. This pay-per-view is just dog shit. It ruins the mystique of the concept and is forced. Look, Chrome and I don't always agree on everything, especially when it comes to our opinions of pro wrestling. But this is something we always agree on, is that when you have a pay-per-view like this, you just kill, and same thing with Elimination Chamber, right? You kill everything that was built around this structure, right? The reason why the Royal Rumble works is because there's only two, and you do it once a year. The reason why Money in the Bank works, there's only two, and you only do it once a year. The reason why Survivor Series works, it only happens once a year, right? And you have a couple Survivor Series matches, regular Survivor Series matches.
And Survivor Series is...
The reason why War Games works is there's only two, and it happens once a year. Are you seeing a theme here?
Yes, Hell in a Cell happens once a year, but there's like 10 million of them all at once.
This is why Lethal Lockdown didn't work.
I love the concept, but you're right, it really didn't work.
This is why Lethal Lockdown just didn't work, right? There is no reason why every match, and not to take away anything from these storylines that are inside, the matches that are inside Hell in a Cell. the Drew Bobby, the Bianca Bayley, the Ray Roman. Not to take anything away from them, right? But why now, Drew Bobby, I get why you're in Hell in a Cell, right? It's Drew's last chance. Okay? I can make that argument. I don't know if I agree with it, but I can make the argument if I wanted to. Right? But Bianca Bayley, I don't think you're at that point. Roman Ray, you're not at that point in this story. Now you're just putting them in.
Roman Ray is like literally just getting started. That was kind of it started 1 week. Now all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, hell.
Yeah, and then what? You're gonna move away from it next week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know what the thinking behind it is. I don't know who set the match up to be on SmackDown because we all, we said the past few weeks, can't say it's always Vince. It's got to be somebody. Was it Bruce's idea? Because if it was, give me the plane ticket. Let me go find Bruce. I'll smack him beside his head. Was it the network executives? Did they want something big on the, like I said earlier, to boost ratings? Nothing against the competitors, because like we said, great match. They put on a hell of a match. No pun intended. But at the end of the day, it should have been saved for Sunday.
Right, and so that was my other thing, right? You bring up the competitor, and so I immediately go to the fact that AEW went on the air as soon as SmackDown went off the air.
Yep.
Right? And so I said to myself, what's AEW doing tonight? Right? Because everything broke midday Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What's AEW doing tonight? And I see that they're having the cage fight. Right? Wardlow and Jake Hager inside the cage in an MMA fight. Well, that's kind of cool, I think. Right? But I don't know if that's enough to say, oh, I'm going to put my, for lack of a better phrase, my big dog on Friday night inside a different cage.
Well, from what I heard, the AEW cage match sucked ass.
I'm getting there. I'm not going to put them inside the cage when we're not going up against them. We're not going off. Like there's so many things.
Like this right here, and if that's the case, then this right here tells you, even though they say they're not, tells you how worried they are about ratings against AEW.
Here it is right there. That choreographed MMA fight on Dynamite was terrible. One of the worst things I watched. I'm not going to lie to you. Normally, we're at karaoke, and they have TNT on at karaoke. Well, we heard that their AC is not working. So that wasn't happening. Because it's Texas.
Yes, because fat men in Texas don't get along.
Like, I already sweat inside that place because it's karaoke. We're under the hot lights, right? It's already messy. I don't need a worse experience in there because the AC's not working. So
we don't need a soggy cracker in the room.
No kidding. So much wrong with that comment. So we bailed and we went to Woodson's. And we saw Adrian and we hung out there for a little bit and they don't have it on, so I watched the damn game. Right? But I got a video clip sent to me this morning, I believe it was, of said MMA fight. I think I watched about 3 seconds and went, nope. Absolutely not. Like, does anybody remember the Lions Den matches that they used to have in the WWF?
Ew.
I mean, here's another good comparison. It made Brawl for All look like the UFC.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I didn't see this one from Chrome. I didn't mind Elimination Chamber as much when it led to Mania. It was able to transition into a way to determine number one contenders for Mania. Took on a different purpose at work. When they moved it to another time in the year, it became shit too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It adds to my point as to why, one, I just hate Hell in a Cell.
I think it should be a different pay-per-view altogether. That match, that match should be held for places like, maybe, like you said, maybe once every, blue moon to blow off a match, the blood feud.
Like, here, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Keep talking.
Mania, if you're ever gonna have Hell in a Cell again, you only have it at Mania, or you have it at say Survivor Series, something at a big SummerSlam, maybe just something on a big pay-per-view once every 2-3 years.
So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
We're bringing this over here, and then here. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, this is a list of every Hell in a Cell match ever had.
Uh-oh.
Okay? We're going to scroll down real quick for a second. 48 of these bastards. And if you look, the very first one was on October 5th, 1997. They don't hold the next one until June 15th, 98. Now, oddly enough, 13 days later, The Undertaker goes back inside the cell for the infamous Hell in a Cell match at King of the Ring against Mankind, where he pretty much kills Mankind. Okay? Then another one 2 months later, and then they don't do another fucking match until March of 99. And then February of 2000, December of 2000, and then it's gone for the entire year of 2001. Right? And then you like you said, you see one, maybe two a year, something like that. Right? Nothing crazy. But here's the problem. Right here. 2009. 1, 2, 3. 3 of these bitches at one pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
This is when we start doing this bullshit. And then you get another one the next year.
2 more.
And then you do a 5-man as a dark match on Raw.
Wait, what?
Yes. Yes. And like, what the fuck are we doing? And then it's consistently 2 to 3 matches every year from then on. This is stupid.
So this year we got 2, with the exception of the one being from Friday.
Uh-huh.
So I
like, okay, I'll give you. There are some pretty decent ass matches here. Like the Roman versus Jey Uso match.
Number 42 was a really good one. Let me tell you about that one.
Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't help it.
You shut your mouth. Okay? You shut the hell up. The Usos versus the New Day was another great one.
Yep.
Right? Undertaker Shane McMahon, oddly enough, was decent. Was this the kick in the dick one?
Lesnar defeats the... No, I think that was a singles match on them.
Okay.
I think theirs was... It was a regular, like a non...
Triple H versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Like, there are some pretty banging matches on here.
I mean, there's been some great Hell in a Cell matches as long as from what the majority of them have been off of Hell in a Cell.
But how many of them get shadowed?
Too damn many.
48 of them.
Too many.
Right? There's just 48 of them.
Do away with a pay-per-view. Bring back, I don't know, Payback, Vengeance, something.
Just make it different.
Bad Blood.
What's up, Chuckers?
I'm honestly expecting them to, go,
Yeah.
hey, WWE Bad Blood, we're going to have first blood matches in all of them.
Well, I like The Undertaker versus Mankind. That was one of my favorites since Kevin. So do I! That's iconic! Good God Almighty, they killed him!
As he's killing that drink. All right, traitor.
Oh, shut the hell up!
Couldn't help it. Just do away with the pay-per-view altogether. Just do away with the Hell in a Cell. Just have it once a year. I'd be happy once a year.
All of that being said, okay? Anything away from the fact that Roman and Ray killed it last night.
Yep.
They did so good. Right? And that finish, not having anybody get involved, but then having Jimmy come out and acknowledge Roman, right? I don't know, and it's funny. Last week we said go to the next step with it, right? We sat on this program, and I said, okay, I get it. Go to your next step. I don't know if this was the right next step.
You skipped a step in between. I was just as fucking confused this week. All I see is, wait, am I reading that right? Is it saying Jimmy? I thought Jimmy, what are you doing, brother? First you're all, not on that side. You don't want to acknowledge, and then all of a sudden you're acknowledging. Please tell me it's a fucking swerve. For the love of God, tell me it's a fucking swerve.
End of the day, when the dust has settled and the smoke is cleared, right? There is a small part of me that says, hey, you know what? This is Jimmy's way to kind of sneak in, put a wedge between everything. Get what he ultimately wants out of it.
Just kind of sneak his way in there, and then I was kind of half expecting Jimmy to just drop Roman with a super kick to end the show, but
right, I do think something's coming. See,
he's trying to.
Kevin's in that same mindset. I think Jimmy's going to do something. So do I.
He's weaseling his way in there to make it look good. You know what? I got you, brother. I acknowledge you. Now, where the hell is my brother at? It's a good question. Go find your fucking brother.
Damien, what's up, OnlyFan weirdos? Shut up, Damien.
Spell it right the first time, Damien. Gosh, not all OnlyFans.
No. You shut up. Because this is your fucking fault. This is 100% your fault.
Keep it up and I'll set up an OnlyFans for you.
I swear to God, where you stand, I would end you.
Well, good thing I'm not standing, I'm sitting.
You don't, never mind.
Boom.
Where you sit, where you stand, where you exist, fuckboy.
Acknowledge me.
No. Okay. All right. Let's dive into this. Right. And again, I cannot say enough good things about Roman, Ray, the Jimmy thing. I think there's more to it. This was the next step in that storyline. Okay.
I can honestly say the chair spot with Ray slamming the chair against the steel steps around Roman's neck was great.
Mm-hmm. Loved all of it. Okay. But all right, let's talk about Hell in a Cell.
Let's dive on in.
Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. I 100% agree that this match should be on the card. I'm glad it's not inside Hell in a Cell. Okay.
Well, honestly, I feel like this is the match that's ending it all. I feel like this is the blood feud that should be inside the cell and not Bianca Bayley.
No, I think Bianca Bayley is okay. All right, let's back up. Let's backtrack here. Does this need to go away? Does the Cesaro-Seth thing need to go away? Yes. Are we at a point in that feud? Is that feud built up enough to where it justifies a Hell in a Cell match? No. I don't think it's enough high profile for that. High caliber. This would be like if you told me this match is inside Hell in a Cell, just for me, I'm kind of like, meh. Right? These guys are they're great wrestlers. They're gonna put on a great match.
Maybe more of a last man standing then between them two.
Maybe, right? If you are like hell bent on putting a stipulation on this match,
yeah,
right? Then yeah, I could say last man standing or falls count anywhere or something that doesn't add another element to the match because these two are just going to beat the ever living hell out of each other.
Well, yeah,
but it's also gonna be a technical clinic. Like, I feel like this is going to be the match that wrestling schools turn around and say, hey, go watch that match. That's how you put on a match.
Right?
Right?
Push Cesaro to the moon. Let's do it.
And I think that's who needs to go back in line against Roman. I think it needs to be Cesaro. Like, we got away from who the fuck is it? From Ray. We did the whole Ray thing.
I think that needs to be your SummerSlam match. Cesaro versus Roman. I think that needs to be I think that could be your big match of SummerSlam.
See, but Pove makes a really good point. There is a rumor floating around that Cena's coming back for SummerSlam.
Yeah, and I've heard that one.
Okay. And there is also the rumor floating around that Roman's going to turn babyface. I would hate that.
And, you also got that, the whole Rock thing.
Well, but that's still 2 years out.
No. You've got The Rock coming back at Survivor Series.
Why?
They've got a whole, I think, 30 years of The Rock or 35 years of The Rock Survivor Series. I seen a graphic for it.
Oh, see, I didn't see that.
Let me see if I can find it and I'll send it to you. But WWE put it out there.
Roman versus Ray is just another Ray versus Brock, and Dominic is Velasquez. That makes some sense. Jake Friel chiming in. Roman becoming babyface. Good Lord. Edie says Cesaro to win Money in the Bank since fan. See, there you go. Money in the Bank is the first big pay-per-view with fans back. Right? That's a killer comment. Right? That could be it, man. Put that Money in the Bank briefcase on Cesaro. You've got fans back. I think this would be a quick cash-in for Cesaro. Let's run that theory for a second. Let's say Cesaro does win Money in the Bank. Right? They're doing a 25-city tour. I could see them if they're not going to keep touring and they're going to take time off after those 25 cities. I could see them having Cesaro cash in before that tour is over with.
Yeah.
I could see them finding a big wrestling town that they're going to. Because all these shows are going to be hype. All these shows are going to be crazy. Right? And I could see them 100% putting the title on Cesaro. Even if it's for a short time.
It needs to happen. Needs to do it. But yeah, you are right. I did forget about Money in the Bank coming up next. That could be your way. That could be your route. I mean, we'll have a men's and a women's. So show me the money. Show me the money.
And even if Cesaro doesn't cash it in while, within those 25 cities, now you hold on to it, and that's how the next tour kicks off. Right? You kick it off with Cesaro winning. And now this tour becomes Cesaro's victory lap. You know what I mean? There's so much you can do with that. I I like that idea. I really, really do. Ultimately, I think Cesaro needs to win this match and come out on top.
Yep.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Again, this is going to be another great match, but I've seen it a million times. I understand we just put this on there to put it on there.
Fix it because we just had it at what? Backlash or WrestleMania or
Yeah, the whole Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing and this whole Intercontinental title feud has become kind of a hodgepodge mess. It feels like we're working the same 5 guys and we're not going anywhere with anything.
and yet we just fired a bunch of talent.
Uh-huh. I think this makes sense for Kevin Owens to win again because Sami Zayn just needs to keep losing to fuel his character.
Yeah. It's all
Alexa,
a conspiracy, man.
Exactly. Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler.
I can't wait to see how this goes because I feel like, Shayna's going to no-show since she, had her little scare. They're going to try to figure out.
I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to fuck with Shayna more. And I wouldn't be surprised, and this would really suck for Shayna, number one, if we see the return of Bray here.
Yeah.
Right?
But would
because
Bray...
of what happened at WrestleMania, this is Alexa's first big match on a pay-per-view.
Bray come back and mess with her?
Uh-huh.
So we could see a Shayna win. I could see it. I could dig it. Or no contest, either way.
Or no contest. I think that's what could happen. I do like the fact that we are getting Alexa, though, back in the ring. It is very, very nice to see that. I think she's one of the better talents on the roster. She was a little rusty this past week, but,
I mean, I'd be rusty, too, if I hadn't wrestled in how long?
Very long time. Very, very long time.
Because that's... Oof.
Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Hell in a Cell match for the Smackdown Women's Championship. I don't want Bayley to win this match.
I don't see Bayley winning it. I see Bianca retaining it.
100%. I agree.
I see Bayley getting her ass whooped with the hair because it's inside the cell. So the hair ain't going to matter too much.
100%. I agree with Crone when he said earlier that Bayley is being the perfect heel. Right? Bayley does her job phenomenally well.
She's been the perfect heel for a while now.
Ever since she went heel, she's been like the perfect heel.
Yep.
The only thing I hate about this character is the laugh. But in the same sentence, the laugh works.
Every evil person has to have their maniacal laugh, even if it is annoying.
Right. The laugh just works. I get it. Okay. For me, and maybe it was just a video package in particular that I saw the other night. I couldn't do it anymore. I muted it. I was like, we're done here. I'm not coming back to this.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, probably. I'm a glutton for punishment. I could see this match kind of stealing the show. You've got 2 great athletes in Bianca and Bayley. And I could see this match closing the show.
And, if they have Tyson Kidd, produce it again, produce this match, then definitely going to be, a big-time good match to...
Actually, no, I take that back. I don't think this match closes the show.
No, I think Drew Bobby closes.
Because I think Vince is going to need to kiss USA's ass. We're going to see something happen over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be big for Raw because Vince wants to kiss USA's ass.
Because he just gave Fox Hell in a Cell for the first time on, SmackDown. Ray's first Hell in a Cell, giving these first to Fox. And now USA is probably like, so Vince, what are we getting before we give your ass the boot?
I think it's more of a Vince, what the fuck?
Right?
I wouldn't be mad if this match closed the show. I wouldn't be mad if this match didn't close the show. right? Because as far as like things that I'm going to be thoroughly entertained with, not to take away from the other wrestling on the card, this is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Damien, my friend, we're gonna get to that too. Grab your pitchforks, grab your torches. There's a riot to coming soon. We'll get there.
Where's you go? You got your golden shovel ready?
Hold, please.
We need to dig that. We need to dig that hole a little more.
Rhea Ripley defends her title against Charlotte Flair again. Every fiber in my being says that Charlotte's gonna win.
Rhea, I think Rhea.
Even though I want Rhea to win, every wrestling bone in my body says that Charlotte's gonna win this match.
I think Rhea's winning it, and we're gonna get Rhea Nikki at Money in the Bank.
And I don't hate that, right? I thoroughly enjoy that, right? I also wouldn't mind if Charlotte wins and we get Charlotte Nikki at Money in the Bank.
I just don't want Charlotte winning it right now.
But that's my point either. I don't think she needs to win it. I think we need to figure out a way for Charlotte to be relevant without her being in the title picture.
We do not currently need a 16-time women's champion right now.
Oh my God, she would be. Nope, she's gonna win.
No, she'd be 14.
You sure?
Yeah, it would be 14. She ain't at 16 yet. It would be 14 if I'm correct. Because she keeps saying 14.
All right, so she's a 5-time SmackDown Women's Champion, a 4-time Raw Women's Champion, so that's 9, 10 with the Divas title, 11, 12 with the NXT Women's title. Okay, so 12-time Women's Champion. Okay.
So 13, right?
This would be 13 if she won it, yes.
Oh, because I could have sworn...
Unless they're counting the women's tag team titles, and then that would be 13.
Okay. So it is. So yeah, 12. I just, for some reason, I could have sworn she kept saying 14 on Raw, but she could have been saying 13. Who the hell knows?
I don't know anymore.
But it's getting way too close to 16.
Well, she's gonna hit 16.
Yeah, no, she's getting into that Ric Flair territory.
They're 100% gonna put her at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And
But
then Bobby Lashley. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, but at the end of the day, I still want Rhea to win because I want to see Rhea versus Nikki. Wholeheartedly, 100%. Back to Bobby versus Drew.
Well, before we do that, we remiss if we didn't tell people Father's Day is tomorrow, and what better gift to get your father or your husband? I guess you do gifts for them for Father's Day if they have kids or whatever. This intro sucked. Either way, this part of this match breakdown is brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. That's code A2D at manscaped.com for 20% off your order. Drew versus Bobby. This is Drew's last chance for a shot at Bobby's title. Not the title, just Bobby's title. And let's go back to Monday night for a second. I'm going to read you exactly what I sent Monday night as I'm watching Raw. Because I watched the main event from Monday Night Raw. Okay? And I thought it was decent. Okay? I kind of saw how everything was going. And here's what I sent Monday night. After the Viking Raiders show up and get involved, and now we've announced that it's going to be a 6-man tag team match. We come back from commercial, and Bobby Lashley is nowhere to be found. Why? Because he's going to change. So I wrote, so you put Bobby in an impromptu 6-man at the end of Raw, and he goes to the back to change? Why?
Since when has anybody ever changed when they're put into an impromptu match? Usually they just take the shirt and jacket off and... I guess I missed it.
I don't have a super chat for you tonight. I know the other night you had a super chat with us, and we appreciate it wholeheartedly. I'm going through the comments here. I don't see something. He does predict a fatal 4-way. Rhea, Charlotte, Nikki, and Asuka.
Oh, God. Don't give me that shit.
Money in the Bank. No. Asuka doesn't fit that mold, right? I don't think you need Rhea, Charlotte, Nikki. I think you just need Nikki versus one of the other two.
Yes. I'm tired. I am so tired of multi-man matches, multi-woman matches on pay-per-views. It's getting fucking old.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Hell in a Cell yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, but to bring it back on track, you do this impromptu match, and you send Bobby to the back to change. Why?
Fresh man for when he gets into the match. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Since when has WWE made sense here lately?
Like, just put his ass on, like, almost just jumps up there. And by the way, that guy can't fucking wrestle.
He's a big guy. What did you expect? It's Great Khali 2.0.
But
you expect him to be like Andre?
I expect him to understand how not to fuck up the flow of a moment. And they do the sequence, and I don't remember the exact sequence of events of who starts and whatnot, but one guy knocked another guy down, so the other guy came and knocked him down. That sequence where it's back and forth like that.
Yep.
Well, it's to the point where it's building up to Omos is supposed to come in and be the leveling guy and stand tall in the middle of the ring, right? He's outlasted everybody kind of thing, and he hesitates to get in the ring. Like, he's like, well, you fucked it up, bro.
But could that be part of how the match was supposed to go?
No, because you can tell he's trying to look for a cue.
Oh, God.
Like, he's looking. I think Bobby might have been climbing up to the apron.
Mm-hmm.
Right at that point.
So he's looking for that cue that wasn't there, and instead of just going out with something on the fly like most of them do, you know what? Fuck it, my cue's not there. Let's try to keep the momentum going. He's still too green. He was called up way too early. He didn't have much, if any, time in NXT.
And then to nitpick again, did you watch the main event?
I was at work.
Go back and see if you can catch the last moments of that match. AJ's getting beat up by Drew.
You talking about the tag?
The tag, and how the camera and everything is screaming at my face. Drew's going to hit whoever gets in this ring with a claymore.
I think I did see that clip there. I know which one you're talking about. It's the hot tag, the confusion. AJ's confused as to, wait, I meant to tag Omos. Why am I tagging you? I thought Omos was on this side, not that side.
So Bobby gets in the ring and gets his head knocked off.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's the go home show, so the champ's going to get his ass knocked down by the challenger. Will the challenger make it on Sunday? We will see you next time at Hell in a Cell. Kind of like that.
Kinda. It's just frustrating. But for this, I don't want Drew to win. I know that sounds horrible of me to say.
I don't think Drew's winning.
I'm a big Drew guy here, but you need to move on from Drew. Let Bobby have a championship. Because everything they're doing with Bobby as champion is phenomenal.
So, I was reading something the other day.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
It might have been today. Don't start with me. But apparently, there's not going to be any title changes at Hell in a Cell. They're wanting to hold off till a live crowd,
and that's completely understandable.
Which would set up, hey Drew, sorry buddy, but we want some fresh matches with Bobby.
Right, which is completely understandable. I get it, right? But part of me says don't do this show.
Yeah,
I get why you're doing it, right? Because it keeps everybody in a routine.
But you don't have to do this pay-per-view. You could have that lull in between WrestleMania Backlash and Money in the Bank and build up these feuds more and more. You could have been like, you know what? Ray Roman Hell in a Cell on Friday night because Ray's pissed and we wouldn't be burying it as bad. We'd be like, yeah, it was fucking great. It was a great match. It was so great. There's nothing negative we can say about it. But because you have Hell in a Cell coming up, because you have push a match off to Friday night instead of on the pay-per-view, well, then it's going to get some negative press. You can't say, all the positive things you want to say about it because there's so much negative you want to say about it.
But even still, though, right? Like, pay-per-views always kind of, not always, but they're a good point to cap things off, right? Move on to the next phase, right? However you want to word it. So I'm okay with this, right? I'm okay doing this show, but we better move on from some of these storylines and get geared up and treat Smackdown in Houston, Money in the Bank, and Raw.
In what, Dallas and Austin?
Dallas and San Antonio.
Dallas and San Antonio, okay.
Like much bigger shows.
I feel like the San Antonio one, they can treat it as a big show. Have maybe, I'd say Shawn Michaels do a quick appearance just to kind of get some buzz around it.
Maybe.
Houston, you could have Booker T or Taker show up. Just a little bit of buzz. And Money in the... Do what? I mean, and then just Money in the Bank is Money in the Bank. You don't have to have anybody show up. You just have your 2 Money in the Bank matches. You make them look badass. You're golden. But if you're gonna have Monday Night Raw in San Antonio, I think it is, then have a Shawn Michaels appearance. You have Houston. Like I said, you have Booker T or hell, even or Undertaker or somebody from the Houston area or in the Texas area. Hell, fuck it, Stone Cold. Just give us, just kick it off big. I heard rumors of, maybe Cena, kicking off one of the days. Fuck it, I'll take it.
Right. I can definitely get behind having some return or surprise or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I want you to give me some shocking moment that's going to resonate the next few weeks forward, right? Like
it's going to start
or something.
Something that could kick off the road to SummerSlam.
Or kick off a 25-week tour.
Yeah.
Here you go. Damian wins again. If they wanted to do a damn pay-per-view, they should have brought back bragging rights since there's no title changes. Thank you.
You know what? I'd be fine with bragging rights. I would be totally fine. SmackDown versus Raw. Let's see who wins. You know what? Throw NXT in there just for shits and giggles. Show me all 3 brands at once. No titles on the line. No title changes. And we wouldn't have to be bitching about Hell in a Cell. We'd be bitching about bragging rights for some reason.
Absolutely.
Because it wouldn't be us if we weren't bitching.
Thank you. But like, as much as like we bitch and we moan and we complain about these things, right? I'm still gonna sit down. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna enjoy it.
Yep.
And I'm gonna come on the air next week and say that was a decent show, right? A lot of my bitching comes into the play of
The week-to-week shit.
not even the week-to-week shit. The decisions made surrounding everything. Excuse me. The wrestling's always, I shouldn't say always. The wrestling's good.
Yes.
It's the logistical decisions that surround the wrestling.
It's whoever's booking the match or producing the match or whoever came up with the idea of, hey, let's move this match here. Because we, at the end of the day, we don't know who moved what match. We don't know who did what. Everybody.
Fuck out.
What?
Keep talking.
What are we GTFing?
Something.
Okay. But at the end of the day, we don't know who does what. Yes, Vince might make some final decisions, but at the end of the day, who's really pulling them strings? Who's really saying, hey, it'd be a good idea. Let's, since ratings are down, let's move that Hell in a Cell match to Friday. And then on Monday, we could fuck some shit up with a 6-man tag match. Started off as a regular match, but then fuck some shit up with a 6-man tag match. Viking Raiders make them look good. Make Drew look good. And at the end of the day, boom, Drew loses at Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Perfect stuff.
Oh my God, I think.
Uh-oh.
And this is not wrestling related, but it looks like the Brooklyn Nets lost to the Bucks in overtime in Game 7.
Yep. It's fine.
Yep. 113 to 111. So Milwaukee is going on to the Eastern Conference Finals. They will play the winner of the Hawks Sixers game tomorrow night.
Oh boy.
That's huge. Fuck James Harden.
That's a few people at work. They said the same thing. Fuck Harden, go Rockets. I want to be on a winning team. Oh, get back in the line. Try again next year.
Fucker.
Traitor!
And the only reason I stopped what we were talking about to bring that up is because our HUD chat blew up. Everybody's dying laughing in there.
Good stuff.
And James Harden traded from the Rockets to Brooklyn, thinking that they were going to win it all this year, and you fucked it up. All right.
Sorry, Harden. You ain't no Tom Brady, sir. Win a championship or two first.
Edie says there's also Cyber Sunday, King of the Ring, Raw Roulette to make a comeback. Possibly. I haven't heard rumors about those. I just hope Hell in a Cell comes out better than what the hell we got with Madden this week. What? Madden?
Is he talking about the Madden cover?
I think so.
Let's fix it, because that's what Tom Brady and
Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
WWE bad pay-per-view. Oh God, Frank, a pay-per-view about nothing. Surprise! It's a 4-hour Seinfeld episode. If they ever do something like that, I will show up wherever establishment you're in. I will be outside, and you'll have a very, very, very well-deserved throat punch coming. Damien says, KD haircut cursed the Nets. Frank's glad the Nets lost. Blue City Empire Sports say Nets just lost Game 7. Yes, they did. And Damien is referring to the cover. Yeah, the cover sucks. The Madden cover is dog shit. I hope, because I know somebody that is a huge Tom Brady fan. I hope, I pray to every god, every deity, anything you worship, I pray to that. And Patrick Mahomes is now just a casualty at this point.
I seen the cover and I seen one person's comment saying, "Well, neither one of them winning a championship ever again."
Yeah, he's just collateral damage at this point. I hope that Tom Brady suffers from the Madden curse in the best way possible.
God bless America.
Like, just get wrecked. But I think Bobby wins this match.
Yeah.
Hands down. Okay, let's dive into NXT TakeOver in your house from this past weekend. Okay.
TakeOver.
Ted, my friend, don't worry, you're not interrupting. We broke the news here ourselves. Glad to see you, though, buddy. So Ted says, not to interrupt, but breaking news, the Brooklyn Nets have been eliminated from the NBA 2021 playoffs. Fuck Kevin Durant. And Damien says, Patrick Mahomes is a car crash dummy. Oh, my God. That's so accurate. I've never thought it in a way. That's so accurate.
Blammo, boys and girls. Blammo.
All right. We've got a lot of NXT to unpack. Okay. So much good happened.
I didn't get to see all of it. You know, I caught up, you know, with results and stuff like that. So yes.
I'm going to ask you questions. You're
Okay.
going to tell me if you watched it or not. And then that'll determine what we break down.
Pretty much the majority of the pay-per-view.
Okay. Bronson Reed and MSK versus Legado del Phantasm. Phasma, whatever the fuck they're called. Stole the show.
So I heard it was a great match.
Oh my Christ almighty. Bronson Reed lays out Escobar. Like, he kills him, putting him through the barricade. When we're done, I have to show you that moment. Holy Christ on a crutch.
Christ on a crutch. All right.
You can see how it's getting kind of set up.
Yeah.
That Escobar is going to get leveled by Bronson Reed. I didn't think he was going to put him through the barricade. And it didn't look like he hit him in the right spot for the barricade.
Ooh.
But the barricade still broke it.
You talking like the tall cage like barricade they got going on in NXT right now?
Uh-huh.
Put him completely through it?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Those six guys, my planet after Sunday. Like, that's what opened the show. I was hyped. I had gotten hyped for like a match in a while. I was like, yeah, let's go, yeah. And then you give me Mercedes Martinez versus Xia Li.
You open with fire. Love it when NXT opens up with fire matches. Love it.
So good. So good. And nothing wrong with Mercedes and Xia.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending was weird.
Trying to get T and Shin or whatever the name is to come at me, bro.
Yeah, and then she like they go after it, and then she like chokes her in the neck, and I get it. It's your next step in this evolution of this character, and you're using Mercedes Martinez to help do that, and that's the right person to help elevate this character. When Martinez grabs the ring, not the ring, grabs the chair outside the ring and goes, "Come at me, bitch." I loved it. For the Mae Young Classic from 4 years ago, right? Cool. I thought the match was good. Great. The ending was a little bit weird. I get it, but it was a little bit weird. You know what match completely just sucked the life out of me?
Which one?
The ladder match.
Really?
Yeah, I was so excited for this match, and it was so dismal. Not dismal, right? That's the wrong word to use. But it was so bland. Like, it was copy and paste ladder match for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't about it at all. And then having LA Knight win, I think, was the wrong move.
No, yeah, I think Cameron Grimes should have got it.
Right?
I see where they're going with after this week on NXT. I see where they're going with it, but at the end of the day, Cameron Grimes should have just wanted to start.
Yep, I thoroughly agree.
Cameron Grimes is a great wrestler, so at the end of the day, just have him win. But then again, I see where they're trying to go with this. I see what they're trying to pull off after this week in wrestling, after this week's NXT. I see what they're trying to pull off with that little bit of, you know what, fuck it, time for the underdog to come and bite him in the ass.
Right, like I get it, right? It made sense. Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. It was great seeing Shotzi Blackheart come back and kind of level the playing field.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of Shotzi.
Yes. When's she getting her shot, damn it?
And I like Dakota Kai, too. I like all four of these women. I thought what they do with these guys is really good because everybody plays such a pivotal role. It's not like we're highlighting Ember over Shotzi or Raquel over Dakota, right? Everybody plays a good role in this feud.
Big time.
What I don't care for was Karrion Kross. It was the 5-way. And when I say I don't care for it, I thought it was a great match. I did not like the fact that Kyle O'Reilly had to take the loss here.
Yeah, but who would you have had take the loss? Gargano?
Probably. Gargano losing doesn't hurt Gargano.
So you're saying Kyle losing hurts Kyle?
Yes.
I mean, I really don't see it hurting Kyle, but I mean, because Kyle can kind of pull off that, I lost, let's get back to it. That's where I can see it going. I mean, it's Kyle O'Reilly. He can, he puts on matches good enough that loss just doesn't really, I don't think it hurts him too much.
Well, but here's where I look at it this way. You've had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity lately, and you can't get the job done. Eventually, this is going to come back to bite you.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of like, I guess you could kind of compare it to Braun Strowman's opportunity after opportunity.
Correct. I would. Let's go straight to it. Edie asked the question, what do we think of Samoa Joe's return to NXT?
I popped harder than a little schoolgirl at a NSYNC concert.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I got really concerned.
Either NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, this is just the first thing that popped in my head.
Okay. Anywho.
I just got really excited though.
Stop talking.
What?
Stop talking. For the betterment of all mankind, stop talking.
Just saying, I got excited for the whole Joe coming back.
Shut up, Frank. God damn it. You knew Joe was coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regal, but before we even get to Joe, William Regal had the performance of a lifetime with that promo and the emotion. Like I was sitting here, bitch. No.
Damn.
Frank says, I feel like Andy's more of a 98-degree spin. Bitch, please. The next time, that's the next time. Let me get you down here for karaoke. and you'll learn that I do NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I do them quite well, thank you very much. Fuck 98 degrees.
Yeah, because it's about 98 degrees here in Texas.
No shit. And that's at 11 o'clock at night. But I loved Regal's promo.
Yes, he had everybody going.
Like, I turned it on to watch just that because I knew that's what they were going to open up with. And I typically watch NXT later, right? But I wanted to watch that in the moment, in full, live, unedited, and just you could feel the pure emotion out of Regal. And it was great.
Yep.
Pure greatness. And Joe Karrion Kross naturally comes out, wants to run his mouth. Perfect person to have in the ring for when Joe comes out. And all night long, the story was cementing Joe's role within the NXT brand.
Yep.
Okay. I loved it how Adam pushed him. So he provoked Joe. And Joe just said, okay, fuck you. Night time.
Now, when you watched that part, did you see Kyle O'Reilly's reaction?
I have to go back and watch Kyle's reaction.
Okay, so Kyle literally runs over to one of the security guards, puts him in front of him like, like literally somebody put out as a comment goes, if you lucky they hold me back was a person. That's Kyle's reaction. You know, because it's like, y'all just get around me like you're holding me off, and I'll just kind of stay here because I'm not fucking with Joe.
And I love it. When he wakes up, tell him, see Mr. Regal.
Yeah, like.
Actually, I'm watching it right now because somebody sent it to me. That jacket comes off. He pulls all the security guards back, and he just locks it up. Yep, I'm watching Kyle right now. Kyle. I didn't notice it watching this first, but Kyle goes like he's gonna suplex the guy.
I told you, man. Kyle don't want. Kyle does not want none of Joe. That, I get it. That might have just been a spot where it's like, yeah, get in position, bro. Just get in position like you're holding me back. But like it sells it off better as Kyle's like not wanting nothing of Joe, none of Joe. Like, nope, we're not fucking with Joe tonight. Joe, go.
Or when Johnny Sin, like what you were listening to before it came on the air. Hey, Smo Joe, you need anything, man? Yeah, get out.
Yeah, no
okay,
shit. Like, what is it? Somebody said in a comment on YouTube, Joe needs a "Provoke Me If You Dare" t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that needs to be Joe's new t-shirt, "Provoke Me If You Dare."
Like, this has so many callings of what Austin was in the early 2000s, right? When he was doing Koji, everything with Eric Bischoff. But Joe can still, like, Joe's more violent than Austin ever was.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Like, I'm guessing Joe can only do limited to so much since he can't wrestle. But what he's limited to is, oh my God, it's still fucking gold.
He's just gonna choke a motherfucker out.
Is Samoa Joe gonna have to choke a bitch?
Pretty much.
I love it. Respect is coming back in NXT, boys and girls. And Joe's bringing the respect train. Choo choo.
You're so weird.
I know. Just shit pops in my head and it just spews out.
Other than that, NXT for a go-home show, not a go-home show, for a recap show was just okay, right?
You got your shovel in hand?
Why? What do we need it for?
I want to get your thoughts on Eva Marie's return.
Oh, I was gonna get there, but before we did that,
okay.
I not done with NXT, right? Because I'm just completely moving over to Timothy Thatcher, Tommaso Ciampa versus Grizzly Gun Veterans. Match of the week. Hands down. Fuck none. If you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch it. Best thing on the planet this week.
It seems like anything with those four is just gold right now.
Fantastic. Eva Marie's return. Okay.
The only one thing I liked about it is we have Piper Niven on Monday Night Raw. If you haven't seen some of her matches, she's had some damn good ones with Tony.
But stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put this up on the screen. This is from Ringside News.
Oh God, don't tell me about the name change.
No. It gets fucking better. What does that say?
How do you not know who Piper Niven is?
But the commentary team didn't know either. She works for the fucking company.
Well, from what I've understood, is they're looking to change her name on Raw. I don't understand why you would, but the first name apparently that came up that they're looking at naming her is Dewdrop. He left! He fucking left the chat! Oh my God! Oh, if you're listening, boys and girls, after the name drop, Ritz has left the chat. Oh yeah. Thanks, Ritz. Thanks. You're an ass. Leave me alone to try to pull something out of my ass.
You were so confident because you weren't full screen. I went, fuck you.
But yes, that is apparently the name they're going with. Hello, Evan.
What's up, Evan? If you guys don't know who Evan is, you need to check Evan and Jimmy out every Monday night, right after Sports Hounds. They are on Flight Zone. They do some killer work there on Mondays. You need to go check them out. Give the guys a shout out.
But this whole not knowing who she is, bullshit. She works in the company. She was big in NXT UK. Great matches with Rhea. Great matches with Tony. Great matches in general. And you're going to tell me, unnamed wrestler. The commentators don't know who she is. It's some random chick that has shown up with Eva Marie. Like, bitch, please.
And I hate... I hate what they're doing with her, with it's Piper, right?
Piper Niven, yeah.
Piper. I didn't know if it was pronounced differently.
No, it's just Piper. Yeah.
Fucking Europeans. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I was about to say you about to get.
but having Piper there doesn't bother me, right? Yeah. Having Eva Marie on the outside doesn't 100% bother me. And this is why. It's still very early on. Okay, this was her first night, right? This could be setting up for, I want you guys to think that I'm still not wrestling, right? Because we've never truly seen Eva Marie wrestle.
No, they're kind of pulling back her gimmick from when she was fighting Becky.
Right.
It's more of a callback to it.
But then I think she's going to destroy somebody.
You think Eva Marie's going to come in the ring and just destroy somebody?
Mm-hmm. I think this is all a ploy. People are going to discredit her, everything like that, and I think she's going to come back and destroy somebody. You
know what? I'd be totally fine with that. If this leads to that kind of a payoff, I'd be totally fine with it. You know, I was a little confused as to, you know, you say, hey, it's going to be Eva Marie versus Naomi. And Eva Marie versus Naomi. Leave me alone. And then all of a sudden you change it at the very second the match is about to happen to Piper versus Naomi. Naomi just got destroyed by an unnamed opponent. Like, piss off. It's Piper. She's going to destroy the shit out of somebody. You know, people were like, "Oh no, it's Nia Jax 2.0." No, honey. Piper's better than Nia. Don't stop comparing her to Nia. Stop comparing. You know,
Damien, what the fuck do y'all really expect when we all know it's WWE Vince McMahon? Damien, we've had this conversation before. Okay, we're not gonna immediately put blame on Vince. Okay,
you know who. I'll put blame on the women's wrestler or the women's wrestler's producer, not per se Tyson Kidd, but whoever else is overall that, because somebody came together to say, all right, women's matches, this is how we're going to do it tonight.
But let's again, this is too early to jump the gun.
Yeah.
Okay. I will fully bury this. I will 100% bury this in 2-3 weeks' time once this has had some time to play out a little bit. Okay, right? If we're going to keep doing the same shtick and we're going to bring Piper in and we're not going to do anything with Eva, you know, after a while, okay, then now we have a problem. But I give them the opportunity. It's like a TV show, right? Which like you're watching a new show. You can't fully judge a show based on the first episode all the time.
No.
Right? You have to give it a few, 2, 3, maybe even 4 episodes before you say, like, perfect example. My favorite television show of all time is The West Wing.
Mm-hmm.
Episodes 1 and episodes 2, while they have some decent moments, are not what grab you into the show. It's episode 3 when President Bartlett wants to go carpet bomb another country because his doctor died. His military doctor died because of a senseless attack on a medical plane. Right? And that's such a very simplistic description of the episode. There's so much more behind that episode.
You're just kind of breaking it down into the layman's term.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly.
Right? But to watch all those characters deal with a crisis, because the first 2 episodes, they're just setting the groundwork. Like, they're dealing with stuff, right? Because they're running a country. But
Yeah.
you're learning who this person is, what their role is, what dynamic they have with everybody, what role the president plays in all of this. Because, and especially now going back and looking at it, Martin Sheen's character, the president, was not supposed to be the focal point of this series. He was only supposed to appear every once in a blue moon, right? And they're supposed to focus on his staff.
Mm-hmm.
That all changed with episode 3. Right? That all changed after the first couple episodes when they realized, hey, you know what? Having the president as an integral part really does make this show work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's the thing. A couple episodes, you got to figure out what works, what doesn't work. You know? And then you're off to the races. So, while yes, I don't like the fact that Eva didn't get in the ring, I think that's dumb. I'm going to give them the opportunity to fix this before I completely shit all over it.
Yeah.
So, because Eva deserves the opportunity.
Yep.
Now that Piper's involved, Piper deserves the opportunity.
Yep.
Okay. So until it completely is dumb, I'm not going to bury it yet.
Me personally, I'd give it till SummerSlam to see where they go, and then after that, pick up the pitchforks and shovel.
Pretty much.
Because that gives them long enough. That gives them a couple months long enough to just go, did you do something? No? Well, get ready for the pitchfork and the shovel.
Mm-hmm. We already talked about the main event. The Alexa Nia Jax thing.
WWE posted up a graphic about Sunday Hell in a Cell. Which version of Alexa Bliss is going to show up? Which of the 3? Is she the new Mick Foley?
Possibly. Damien says Vince McMahon's the only one that has the say for stupid ass name changes, stupid gimmicks. We all know the right to produce have zero voice in the company. We're not doing this tonight. Where we're gonna sit here and bury Vince, right? I'll bury Vince for other decisions,
Mhm.
But for this, I'm not going to bury him yet. I won't.
I'll bury him for going back to Saudi Arabia. How about that?
Not even that yet.
I like how you say yet.
Like, I'll bury him for the decision for Roman Reigns on Friday versus Sunday. I'll bury him for that. I'm not going to bury him every time a new program, a new character, a new gimmick starts up, and we don't like what we see after having 10 minutes of exposure to it. Not even.
Because that is actually a writer and producer thing. They submit it to Vince. Vince says, okay, run with it. We'll see how it goes. That's
Right.
not... Because at the end of the day, that's not always him. He just goes, looks at it, goes, you know what? We'll run with it. I like it. He likes the idea. He'll run with it. It isn't always just, you know what? Do it this way. It's the writers and producers goes, here, Vince, read this. Do you like it? You know what? We'll run with it. If I don't like it, we'll stop it. Because how many times have we seen a program stop mid-program because it just stops?
It just sucks.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, it's not always Vince. It's going to be the writers and producers. They have their say. As limited as it is, they have their say. They can say, hey, can we do it this way? Try it out this way. If Vince likes it enough, they'll try it out. They'll try it out that way. Vince is going to approve it. So at the end of the day, yes, he approved it. But at the end of the day as well, they're the ones that came up with it. Not everything comes out of Vince's mind. Not everything. He can't do it all by himself, even though he tries. Dear God.
No shit. Only thing from SmackDown that we haven't really talked about is D'Angelo Dawkins versus Majin Buu. I mean Otis.
Oh my God. Majin Buu.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. The whole Otis, this whole change to Otis is. I don't either. I did like the double team maneuver they used.
Yeah.
I
just saw it, the GIF on the recap.
You got to explain it to some of these guys. It looks like, you got Gable going for a German with Otis coming off the ropes into a discus clothesline.
It's kind of like a reverse heart attack.
Yeah.
Right? Where instead of Brett, I think it was Brett would do the hug.
Brett would do the bear hug, and Jim would do the
clothesline bulldog thing. Yeah. So it's a reverse, right? He's not bear hugging him. He's got him set up for a German.
Yeah. It's a nice little take. And it's a great tribute to Brody Lee because, that's what Otis is doing with the discus clothesline.
Yep.
It's a great tag double team maneuver in general, just a great one. They pulled it off nice. They pulled it off fresh. It's something new.
It looks very smooth.
Exactly.
And having the Street Profits in this role, right? Because the whole idea for this is to get Otis over as a bad guy.
It's hard to hear, but
but having, because Chad Gable plays it really well.
Yep.
Right. And
Otis,
having the Street Profits there.
Otis pulls off that look very well though too. He's got that menacing. What was that about?
I hit the wrong button.
Oh, Otis has that menacing enough look to pull off that heel roll.
Yep, 100%.
Now that he's shaved, he just stands there like a beast.
This is just helping him cement himself.
Yep.
Right. I'm totally okay with that.
It's another one of those things. You got to give it time. You got to watch it because at first I was not okay with it. Still kind of not okay with it, but I'm slipping into it slowly.
Yeah. Do you have anything for running?
No, I think we've pretty much covered most of it throughout the entire show.
So don't forget, guys, tomorrow morning, incredibly early in the morning. I
was confused, but
we're going to have the franchise Shane Douglas tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time on Lazy Booking. It's going to be me. It's going to be Chrome. We're going to be talking with the ECW original himself. That is first thing tomorrow morning. God help us all.
It ought to be good, boys and girls.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a great way to kick off Father's Day. Awesome time. Other side note that we have here, as you saw in the chat between me, you, and the Chuckster,
Whoop, whoop.
that Star Wars show is happening.
Yes, sir. Yes,
the Star
sir.
Wars show with me and Chucks and Butters and maybe a couple other guys might happen in 2 weeks. We're gonna iron out the details, but it's looking like July 3rd. It's a lull, right? But 2 weeks before Money in the Bank. It'll be coming off the heels of Hell in a Cell. We'll do our recap show, and right before the football season starts for Chucks and the Birds of a Feather guys, I think we're gonna nerd out a little. And I've been doing it a lot. Like today, I broke down 3 lightsaber fights today for a coworker of mine. I broke down the Ahsoka Darth Maul fight on Mandalore, Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar, and Obi-Wan Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul on Naboo.
Mm-hmm.
I broke all 3 of those down and then essentially compared and connected them all. And I cannot wait for this show in a few weeks.
It's like right now, I'm after the show, I'm going to watch the latest episode of The Bad Batch.
Oh, so good. Oh, I'm not going to give anything away.
As much as I've worked this week, I got to wait till tonight to watch it. But I've been loving The Bad Batch.
I do. I have too. I'm Bad Batch and Loki. As soon as they drop, I've been watching them.
I was going to say that's the other thing I want to watch this week because last week was great. So this week I'm excited for Loki.
I have a couple things I don't like about this week's Loki episode. Mm-hmm. Very minute things I'm nitpicking. But this Bad Batch episode, let me just tell you. How do I word this? A familiar face finally returns.
Oh, boy.
I'll be up for a little bit. Message me when you watch it. Okay? Because when I tell you, I marked out. It was like, I think I watched it Friday morning at like 8:30 in the morning, right before I went to work. And I'm just laying in bed going,
as long as it ain't no ugly space pirate, I'll be fine.
Hondo?
Yeah, I can't stand Hondo.
First off, Hondo's great. Second of all, better.
Okay, good. I don't know what it is about Hondo. He just annoys me so much.
Truly, like when you look at the show Clone Wars, and we're gonna wrap this up here right after this comment. But when you look at the show Star Wars Clone Wars, and you think of all the characters that were introduced in that series, behind Ahsoka, best character out there. Might even be better than Ahsoka.
Interesting.
Maybe. That's a stretch. All right, but let's get out of here, guys. I forget to bring it up every week because it is fairly new to us. But did you know that HUD has memberships now?
No.
$9.99 a month on YouTube. You get to become an HUD member. Perks are going to include appearances on shows, members-only streams, shout-outs, and you'll get weekly sports picks from none other than Money Pot himself, Nate Moss. Nate Moss is going to give you all the best betting tips early and exclusively to you, the HUD members. So check that out on our YouTube page, HUD Radio. But as always, we're brought to you by Body Check Wellness. They're a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use promo code HUD for 20% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Check him out at specializedphysicaltherapy.com or his 2 locations at Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We're happy to support the Counseling Center in Sunrise Detox. If you need mental health therapy or addiction detox, please call 856-651-8117. Alan Foy of EXPRealty.com. He's a guy you want to call if you're looking to buy or sell a home or if you're looking for a change in career brokerage. Contact him at 302-682-8820 or alan.foya@exprealty.com. And you cannot forget our friends at Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. That's A2D Radio at manscaped.com for 20% off your order. Butters, my bro, enjoy tomorrow. Try to catch what you can of Hell in a Cell. I'm Ritz. That's Butters. I'll see you guys less than 12 hours from now. God help me. For the interview with the franchise, Shane Douglas, right here on HG Radio. Butters, we're out. Peace.
Oh.